John, is there any focal point over the last few days for your team?
Probably going back to some old school. Did it for a couple days before one day and before our last. We had 2 practices, I believe, maybe 1. But I'm going back to, we went too far and tried to do too much and didn't really get established in what we wanted to be. So hopefully when you watch us, you will see a little different team and you'll say, okay, I get it. And that's not their fault, that was me. And maybe I was trying to get ready for a game that I thought was important and moved them too far. So now all the stuff that makes us who we are, we didn't do any of it. And so we've kind of gone back and just said, let's just get this stuff down.
Can you elaborate on that, John?
Just in all areas, whether it's defensively or offensively, you know, went beyond all the little things that are going to make you good. You know, anytime I think these kids know something, then I'm more than likely making a mistake. And that's just about every team I've coached here. If I think, well, they know that, then I made a mistake. And so, you know, just taking it back a step and a little bit of old school, you know, some of my practices from past, and still a lot of teaching and stuff you would think they'd know, but they don't, and that's okay. That's normal here.
Is the old school UMass?
Some of it, even a little bit, and some of it is not only that, it would become even some of the stuff that I've done here where I went too fast, and I've done this more than once. I mean, I've gone, you know, moved it, and then I thought we were fine until you get smacked, and then you realize, uh-oh, we really don't even know how to get open. Well, they should. Well, they don't. You know, stuff, you know, that we should know, but it's not their fault. I mean, they're going to do what I accept they'll do. They're usually not going to do a whole lot more than what I accept.
Is that a trap that's easy to fall into? Because
Oh, yeah.
you have PJ and Quade, and
Yeah.
you had
Yeah.
Reed.
Yeah, it's easy, and you get the other side that happens when you're coaching is you start winning and you put your head in the sand and you know you got issues, but you're winning, so you don't want to screw it up. And there's issues, and we're winning, and then you get beat, and then normally you get beat once, 2, 3 times in a row, and then it takes you time to recover from it. I've done that a few times in my career too, more than once, believe me.
Do you think Tyler's shooting slump out of the gate is mechanical or a confidence issue?
No, just he's still trying to feel his way out. You know, we had to do this with Kevin Knox. We had to go through the process with him of here's how you create shots. It's not high school. Again, I'll explain. When you're in high school, you catch the ball, and then you try to figure out if you have a shot. As you move up that ladder in this game, you have to see shots before you catch the ball. So your work to create a shot for yourself is before you catch the ball. And then some of it is, I'm going to go this hard and he's going to leave his feet and it's going to give me something. Not catch the ball, what do I have, a dribble for no reason and then shoot a contested shot. Those days are done. Can't play that way. So he's going through that process, and teams are not going to give him easy shots. I mean, but I'm fine. He and I talked a little bit today, but some of it is I'm happy he's going through this because he's, you know, it's evaluating players when it's all going good. I want to know when it doesn't go good, what are you now? How do you play? You know, what do you do now? How can you're going to get in the game and you're going to play bad some. Does that crush every other area of your game, or do you keep playing? Do you keep taking open shots? So this is an experience that they're all going through. They're all learning.
John, are there special challenges playing so late? It's a 9 o'clock game tomorrow night, 10 o'clock against Duke.
Yeah, when you're old like me, it's a challenge to stay up that late.
knowing what your shot is at this level, knowing it before you catch it, what is it at the NBA level?
It's the same. They call them ball stoppers when you catch the ball, and no one wants to play with that. It is the guy starts to play, and that ball, bing, zing, zing, and then you either shoot it, you drive it, or you pass it. So I catch it, I see a drive. I catch it, I see a shot before, or I'm seeing this. See, the really, really high-level skilled players that master their craft, not only do they see a shot or a drive before they catch it, they know where everyone is on the court on their team. If I said blew the whistle right now to more than one guy and said, okay, look at me, where's our big man? They'd go, I have no idea. Oh, he's over there. It's all part of growing as a player. It's all part of the process. I say every year you can't skip steps. You know, growth is painful. I wish it was less painful, but it isn't. I wish they ran faster up those steps, but they're going at the pace they go. And, you know, now we're talking about us, but we're playing a good team. Again, I watched the tape. They space the court great. They've got a great, tough penetrator. They got a great shooter. The kid Brown can really shoot the ball. They're inside guys. Avante's not bad, and the other kid, they just got a kid eligible that's pretty good. It's got size. So this is a lot like a Southern Illinois. Now, you say North Dakota, the name North Dakota. Forget about the name. They're a terrific basketball team. They just went on the road, beat Milwaukee. They were up 17-16 in the game. So it wasn't a close game. I mean, they probably should have won by 12, and there were a couple things happened down the end that made it a little bit close. But, you know, it's a good game for us. And then they're telling me about this next team we play that plays a matchup zone and plays the Princeton offense. And again, you got to teach, okay, this thing is more dribble drive, spacing, slipping screens. Well, if I don't show them, they don't know. So it doesn't matter who you play. Are they a competitive team? Another team with juniors and seniors. So.
You talked about the guys not necessarily knowing where they are. Is that contributing to the turnovers?
Our bigs are contributing to the turnovers right now. Our bigs have a lot of turnovers. More than half of our turnovers are from our big guys. So, but we're working on it.
Is there a difference between a big man turnover and a guard turnover?
No, normally it's you give the ball to the other team. So it's like, I don't mean to embarrass you, but that's what it is.
But like from a cause standpoint, you know, guard
probably not as skilled as our guards. Probably leaving their feet to make passes. Instead of making the easiest pass, you make the hardest pass. An evaluation of a player is he one-to-one assist to turnover? If you are, you can play basketball. If you're a guard, you should be 3 assists to 1 turn. If you're underwater, it starts questioning, you know, basketball skill. So we got work to do. I mean, we do. Keldon right now, when he drives, what's their entire team doing? They're collapsing. They throw 2 cheerleaders, an official, and their whole team in the lane. And right now, what's he do? He keeps going. And so there's a lot of that, some individual stuff, and but they're working hard and trying. And like I said, the staff has gotten, we're doing some old school stay down in a stance. Leg stuff that they need, and the problem is you cannot, in a practice in 2 hours or 2:15, you can't do everything. So now it becomes, okay, what are we trying to be good at? I've said this to you guys before, and ladies, you can't be the greatest half-court man-to-man team, a full-court pressing team, unbelievable in the zone, and you trap, and you're out of bounds. Your unbelievable out-of-bounds plays, inside out-of-bounds are even better than that, and your zone offense, you're not going to be good at everything. And then you got to decide what is this team's strength and how can we be good at those things and try to stay away from the things we don't do well. Well, it takes me normally a season, at least months, to figure it out and figure it out with these guys. But, we got a good group of kids and got to have a couple of them stand up and you know, step away from this pack. And when we see that and have those guys, kind of like last year when Shea and Kevin Knox kind of stepped away and stepped up a little bit, it made it easy on everybody. We don't have that right now.
Speaking of Shea, he balled out last night. I don't know if you saw the highlights, but what's it like to kind of see him already making an impact in the league?
I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. We were, you know, talking to the guys in the clips, but, you know, we had two guys had 20 and 20 last night. And, you know, Julius, I'm so proud of him, you know, that we did a thing today where I was talking about DeMarcus for what, Showtime or something. Spent 30 minutes talking about him. I mean, you know, I keep an eye on it, but I'm going to be honest with you, my focus right now is those guys in that gym over there, trying to get them to click a little bit better, to be more in tune to each other, and to really start playing how we have to play.
Why didn't it look very good against Duke, but then against SIU played a really good game?
Yep.
I think that was more of a matchup thing with those bigger guards from Duke.
I think he came in trying to know he was on TV and went crazy, to be honest with you. Just shot every ball. Like, he could have swung it. He looked at that dude and shot it with a guy on him. I mean, but let me say this. He wasn't the only one. We had a bunch of guys that were like, you know, and their team just said, you can't guard me, and I'm coming right at you. And they were right. And so we drifted a little bit, and but he's played well. And I'll tell you, in practice, he's been unbelievable. Really has been good.
Last one here, John.
You said the other night you thought maybe PJ was not confident yet in his hand or whatever. Is that what it looks like on film to you, or is he just...
Yeah, he's just losing balls that he shouldn't lose. Some of it is just, you know, he's playing way too erect. Be an athlete. Play like you're a guard. You're athletic enough to do that, but you have to get down and do it. And so when you look at it, there's a lot of stuff getting through his hands that I would say shouldn't, but he'll be fine.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you.
guys.